Zdravím všechny u dalšího videa z hry Banishers. A teďka už nepůjdeme na případ vyhánění, ale půjdeme po hlavním úkolu, po jeho stopách. Že bychom měli mít i dost těch obětí na to, aby jsme oživili Anteu. I když jako vidíte, pokrok v průzkumu světa je jenom necelých 30%, takže to není moc. Ale i přesto se blížíme k konci hry.
I get the feeling folk are preparing to leave.
Co osadníci se chystají prchnout?
I didn't expect you back.
I'm working my way back to New Eden Town.
There, you're on your own.
The settlement seems to be doing well with you in charge.
We've made some gains, but we're far from ready to leave.
Did you tell them what Thick-Skin did?
I told them she died hunting the beast. Some are yet in their soul.
Hroší kůže, oni to přeložili, bože.
Nightmares have stopped.
Ta holka se jmenovala Thick-Skin a oni ji přeložili jako hroší kůže.
The beast is dead. The curse recedes.
Game returns slowly to the woods. Whatever you did, it worked. Still, some troubles yet vex. The bodies of the lost are buried, many without names. But we found tracks. They lead away into the woods. Some may have escaped. I need to know for sure.
If they're alive, you mean?
Yes. And if they're dead, that they won't be coming back. We need no more beasts.
A new scourge is always possible, but very unlikely without the night.
Probably best to confirm, eh?
Thank you. I followed the tracks as far as I could from the killing ground. I left a red flag as a marker. From there...
I'm trying to track someone down, and I was hoping you could help me.
I doubt I'll be much use, but I'll help you if I can.
So, I found your name in an old letter. It was addressed to someone by the name of Grace. It was written by Deborah Comenius.
You're tenacious. I'll give you that. But must you push so?
Deborah wrote of a cabin in the woods. Could this Grace person have found it?
I don't know. It was all a very long time ago. I had forgotten her.
Did Grace ask you for help?
No. Grace Pennington vanished. No one ever saw her again.
Grace Pennington? As in Captain Saul Pennington?
Pennington had a daughter, and you knew her.
I knew her, but not well. Deborah had her in the school and spoke of her from time to time. Shy as a porcupine and twice as prickly, as I recall.
Deborah wrote the letter in February 1688. When did Grace disappear?
Months later, Pennington accused Deborah of being a witch. In my recollection, that moment overshadows all of...
What did Grace look like?
I remember her thin and boyish, encumbered by dresses she hated to wear.
That sounds like Seeker.
Does the name Seeker mean anything to you?
It sounds less a name than a calling, but neither mean anything to me. We done?
One more question. Did the school teacher keep a cabin in the woods?
Deborah spent much time walking the woods. Trying to understand New Eden, she said. Now that you mention it, I remember a snowstorm. She spent 3 days in a hut not far from here. Southeast, across the drawbridge, along the path towards the mine. If it's still there.
Goodbye to you for now, Kate.
Where are you? Where have you gone?
Jaká Helen.
Just our luck that when we need Seeker the most, she disappears.
Na to kašlu jdeme rovnou.
I still don't understand why the ritual failed.
Let's just find the hut.
Nepotřebuju se ptát. Ale jasně, že si to nemohli odpustit. Jdem dál. Chata v lese, to je skoro podobný název, ale to se jmenuje Chata v horách.
The hut may be near.
To je chata přeci.
I sense magic. Could Seeker be here?
Co je, proč tam nemůžu?
Can I tell my arse from my elbow?
No jo, on je tady zase ta mlha. To byl rychlej souboj. Se ani nestačili rozkoukat. To není Afganobor, že se tam zvedl obrovský krunýř od žaloví a v něm měla chata, nebo spíš ukrytá pod ní.
This can't be a coincidence. Could Grace be Seeker?
Jo, není to tak, že bude.
Seeker hasn't been here for a long time.
Anyone home?
more demonology. Unusual for a witch. These two schools of magic don't usually see eye to eye. Perhaps Lammy could help us with the spell.
Right there. Fall from grace.
That's not funny, and neither is this.
Aye. Fair enough. Fine wardrobe. A youngster.
They're rags.
And they won't help us find her. Aye.
Seeker drew this. Now we know she's in the mountains. There's a ritual of dissimulation, and we need the catalyst. Powers the door, but I don't know the symbol. I don't know it, but I think Lammy might. We did well to come here. Now we know where she's hiding. Soon we'll be able to use the pond. All we need is the key to the dissimulation spell. And Lammy Haskell will help us with that.
Si dělají prdel.
Sure.
Já budu muset utíkat jak pitomec zase k ohňu. No to snad nemyslí vážně. Jako nejbližší oheň je tady. Bože, to je blbý. To mě nikdo neříká, že tímhle taky nenatahujou hru. Ale dobře, budu hrát podle jejich pravidel. To padlo na hlavu. Ale naštěstí tady se to nějak neřeší, ty textury. V reálu by tohle byl pěkně blbej člověk.
We won't fail if you stop dragging your feet.
Faded with age. Hard to know what it was for.
Tak, jdem za ohněm. No a to by mě nasralo dvakrát tolik, kdybych šel si promluvit s tou Helen. Pak šel sem, se celou cestu. A pak zjistil, že znova musím do vesnice, kde byla i ta Helen, protože je tam Lemmy. No ještě jsem nešel. Teď už mě nedávají na výběr, ale ještě, že jsem ten volitel nějak neplnil dřív. To by byla teda blbost. Tak, tady je náš ohýnek. A rychle do města. A tahle je ještě jinde, ale to nevadí, tam už je fast travel, tak se tam portnem. Zkusíme promluvit s Helen a pak rychle za Lemmym. Tohle už se dá řešit docela rychle přes ty teleporty.
Things look better here. Helen is working out.
Spectral traces. Something's up with Helen.
Banishers. Excuse the clatter.
I've seen worse. Good day to you, Helen.
I did not count on seeing you two again. I take it you've returned.
What can you tell me about a young woman by the name of Grace?
It seems you already know some of the story. It was a long time ago.
What happened to her?
As I heard it told, one day Grace just wasn't there anymore.
How was their relationship?
I believe it was stormy, as you'd expect between a commander and his disobedient daughter. I think he loved her, but as far as anyone ever saw, he never shed a single tear for her.
Later, after he exiled her, did the captain try to find his daughter?
Not to my knowledge. He did not set off in search of her, nor did he send men. At the time, I thought it strange. Still do. I'll never understand how a man could reject his and that, my inquisitive Banisher friends, is all I know of.
Things have been feverish round here, to say the least.
As well as can be expected.
How well is that exactly?
People are dying for no apparent reason, and this godforsaken fort dangles up. I fight so the stockade stays standing. The ship is wrecking, but I was called to be cap. So yes, Banisher, I am bearing up as I did.
You miss Sebastian.
Every waking moment. Count your blessings, Banisher, for they are.
Could his husk still be present? It will be drawn to you.
No, it could not.
Something is present.
I'm busy, Banishers. Busy means tired. That's...
I've mail for the fort. The message.
Mail? From...
I don't know. Family, friends? They seem to come...
from before. They could be good for morale, or they could ruin it. Well...
We'll look into your...
Tak, stačí, už jsme získali nějaký info.
If you feel the need,
Ale neřekl bych, že k něčemu byla. Tady ty volitelné věci jsou úplně k ničemu.
Why is an echo here? If Sebastian still lingers, it can't be.
Grace was right in front of us all along. I barely recognize her.
Let's find her. Lammy should be able to help us with the ritual. No governor, no meeting house. And it seems, no faith.
We need to make a moment and into this speech. Well, ho there. What a pleasant surprise.
Very often.
Build bridges, say the wise, that people may better understand each other. Build a jet. New Eden is a fascinating study for you and I. But for ordinary...
Leaving sounds right to me, if these people learn from their mistakes.
They repent, Mistress Duarte. A new start elsewhere.
Spoken like a leader.
I fear, however, that not everyone...
We found a page ripped from a book.
Let me see. Is this from the... Why would you bring me one mildewed page from an amusing but harmless...
Why would you fail to disclose that you'd given another ritual to another friend?
It was a long time ago. I said after Caleb I'd distribute no more rituals, and that's what I've done. Not done.
We know. But we're looking for Grace Pennington now, and we...
Who?
Really?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mistress Antea. You said Grace's name, and it is my reflex to...
Ever heard of someone named Seeker?
Seeker? No. Sounds like a title, like my troop is Seeker.
We think she's Grace.
We think she's hidden herself away behind your
Then you'll need to unravel it. Shouldn't be too difficult once you're armed with the salient facts.
When was the last time you saw Grace Pennington?
It had to be a few days after I brought her the cloaking ritual. When I returned to visit, the hut had disappeared. Which makes sense now that I think.
That's it? You never again tried to find your best friend, your only friend.
Well, you see, some weeks later, the first whispers of witchcraft started to fly about town. I kept my head down, and I was right. And I'm glad she escaped.
How does the ritual work?
It creates illusions so effective that they deceive even the keenest eye. There are more effective cloaking spells, but the Trismegistus riddles do have a simple elegance.
The short version, please, ending with how we break it.
Yes, of course. To achieve that, all you need is the caster's full name and the symbol used to make fast the illusion.
Grace Pennington and a triangle pointing downwards.
Well then, now all you need is a simple counterspell from the same book.
What now?
I'm afraid I left my copy in the Araloo, in the void.
To si dělá
That's
srandu.
great. Just great.
Yes, but in my defense, once you've retrieved the book, dispelling Grace's illusion will be like a walk in the park, comparatively speaking.
We overheard you. What are you working on?
I, to my horror, I don't even know where to...
No asked for advice, but I'll give it anyway. You could start with forgiveness. Seems appropriate.
That might just work. Thank you.
Are things that bad?
Tell the truth, I don't rightly know. They don't trust me. They tell me nothing without the wards. Well, I fear in fact they already have. Spectres walk, and we are in need of a banisher. Or two, if you can bring people peace. Well, I doubt they'll be grateful. But perhaps...
We've helped where we could.
Thank you. Perhaps you'd have time to help me with my speech. I need an ending. A high note on which to finish. I was thinking of talking about...
People don't always trust Banishers. You could speak.
That could work. Yeah. With the added spice of your profound wisdom, I have faith that this speech will bring much.
Thank you for your help.
Could you tell Grace that I'm still her friend? I'd be glad to see her again.
Once we found her, we'll be glad to tell her.
Ach jo. Takže teď musíme do prázdnoty. A musíme tam najít knížku.
Go on then. Talk to me. I'm hold back.
You act as though all is well. As though I had not died. I'm dead. And I'm not all right. I'm not all right at all. But you pretend not to see it. That makes me angry. And it makes me sad.
I never wanted that.
I know. But it still felt that way.
Tak musíme k Línu. Ježiš, to jejich navádění, to je strašný. A jo, to tady zapečetěný.
Onwards.
Tak, už tam budeme.
Shite. Look, I couldn't talk about it.
Couldn't talk about what?
You accused me of pretending not to see that you're dead.
That's how I feel, Red. You have to accept it.
I couldn't face your death. I admit that. Your death left me desolate. I knew in my heart that it should have been me. Then you came back. I snatched at the chance to undo what had been done. I don't wish to deny your pain. I've just tried to deal with mine.
Wow. That's... I hadn't thought of it that way. Thank you for your honesty.
Get back up!
Tak už tam skoro budeme.
Here.
Our book might be up there.
I might need some help.
I might be able to give it.
Co se tady děje?
I need a better angle. We need to look for somewhere to cross.
To je napřed. Kam? Musíme vychytat správný úhel. Super.
This looks like Lami's stuff, only more scattered.
Even with the void shifting, the book should be around here somewhere.
Got it. That seemed a little too easy.
We have the symbol we need. Let's go back to the mountain and find her hiding place.
Did you hear that?
Tady je zasmí.
First things first, Red.
Ajaj.
You bastard! There's more of them.
Jo, ten dostal. Ten pěkně dostal. Jsem nečekal, že se máš tak rychle. Tady ta nová ultimátka je hodně silná. Tak, ale dobrý, že jsme aspoň rovnou v horách a teďka jenom doběhneme 300 metrů a máme už cíl na dosah. Ajaj. To ne, ještě něco. Neporážel jsem tady toho běsa, nebo tu bestii. Přijde mi to povědomý místo. Jo, tady už jsme určitě byli. I tak se mě taky vybavuje. Jak to mají zakázaný, že nemůžu mířit na Anteu, i když je to jenom duch? Ty by to bylo jedno přece. No, možná ne. Možná by to vnímala zle.
This is it. Seeker is behind this wall. Let the veil of unknowing be lifted. Let us see through the eyes of great Pennington.
Fungovalo to.
You're surprisingly slow, even for a Banisher. You're late. Or early.
At last we find you.
That much, did you? You could have hurried. You always think you have more time. And suddenly you don't.
It wasn't in vain. We have come far and learned much.
I hope so. But don't think you have it all figured out. You're still Banishers, after all.
We are indeed, Grace.
So, you know.
You knew Deborah. Did you also know what happened to her?
I knew, but not until months after the fact. I was living alone in the woods when it happened. Deborah was Grace's teacher. She encouraged her to be herself, to become who I am now. They did not know one another, but without Deborah, I'd have never met her. And with Ceridian, my entire life changed. Deborah suffered terribly, and the fate she met was exactly the fate I fled. I accept it now. I accept it all. Ceridian has left a hollow, and I am called to fill it. I accept. I am ready for my role in this world. Are you ready for yours?
The time has come for us to go back to New Eden and face the nightmare.
Yes. Balance must be restored. You must face your fate and end the curse.
Ceridian said the only way back was through the void. But the pond seems broken. We need your help.
Of course you do.
We're listening.
Remember Ceridian's words. If you were to defeat the nightmare, your hearts must be open to each other. No barriers. Your bond must be strong.
We've never been stronger.
This void breach is not like the others. This one leaks. This one sits at the rotten core of the entire region. You must leave whatever still burns in your hearts at the threshold. If you don't, the void will kill you.
Town the void can lead us.
The trick is to focus on your happiest memories and let them take you there. At least that's how it's always worked for me.
We'll try.
And when at last you succeed, I too shall return to New Eden Town. I shall see you there.
And with that, we'll take our leave.
Bring peace to this troubled land and your troubled hearts, my friends. I know it's not easy to hear, especially when it's me saying it.
On the contrary.
Thank you, Seeker. We'll do our best.
Takže už vypadá, že se blíží konec cesty.
They've seen better days.
No nic, a my se tady rozloučíme. Pokračovat budeme až příště v další epizodě. Díky za sledování a čau.